Today on Hopped Up Beer Review, we're going to be reviewing Reserve Release. It's a barrel-aged barley wine from Living the Dream Brewing Company out of Littleton, Colorado. Cheers, mates. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing, and we are back to do that once again today. What are you drinking today, gentlemen? Andy in the attic, Jay, Ben?
Reserve Release. From Living the Dream Brewing Company, Littleton, Colorado. Didn't you say it was a barrel-aged barley wine?
I think so.
I did. But I've forgotten since then. You know, I have short-term memory.
Way to go, Dory.
Yeah. All right.
Gentlemen, let's drink.
This one intrigues me.
Have we done a barley wine?
I don't know if we have or not.
I'm trying to. I mean, when you've had over 200 together.
What's one more?
Oh.
We've not had a barley wine. I'm almost certain.
Well, a barley wine.
I know I've had some in the last couple of years.
We've all had them, but together as a crew.
No.
That's a beautiful little color, though. Ben, yours is a lot darker than mine, but I know the lighting.
Well, I got the Colorado glass to match.
Yours, yours
logo,
is Jay, yours is closer to what poured out of mine, that color.
Yeah, more of that kind of orange tan.
Yeah. Almost
it's
like a really dark amber, like a hazy amber, but
yeah. Ben's makes it look like motor oil there for some reason.
Yeah, and mine looks
I
like
got blue on my glass, so that was my fault.
A little bit of it there.
We did it again.
Was trying to get the the little nice little Colorado logo glass.
That smells nice though.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready to try it.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Kahomataya. I smell booze. I taste booze.
Yeah.
So this is 10.8%, and it is aged 10 months in premium bourbon barrels, hence the high alcohol content, hence the taste of booze. And just in general, because we were talking about barley wines maybe being our first, that I can't remember, alcohol content or percentages usually 8 to 12% for a barley wine. And it's called wine due to its strength, but it's brewed with grain and not fruit, hence the barley wine. If it's just wine, it's brewed or fermented with fruit. This is the barley wine has grain, and barley being a grain, wine, yeah. Y'all can connect the dots.
Never thought about that. Never knew that.
Yeah, who thinks about that? They just drink.
Yeah.
So Living the Dream Brewery out of Littleton, Colorado was founded in 2014. And that's all they were willing to talk about themselves.
Yeah.
But on the can, we discussed, it mentions the 10 months in the barrel, but it says it features Colorado's own root shoot malting. And that is a farm that provides grains. It's a 5th generation family farm and malt house that supplies barley, wheat, rye, and non-GMO corn to craft brewers and distillers. So it sounds very similar to Colorado Native. Yeah. Doing very local stuff. So
local and non-GMO and
yeah.
Kind of almost like headed more towards whatever they could be as far as organic or,
Where did you pick this up?
I got it in
Been
Steamboat.
jamming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it in Steamboat. And this one, I knew we had not done a barley wine, so that's why I got this one. And that with the bourbon aging process, thought would be a good one to try. If I recall correctly, this one was something ridiculous from a price standpoint. It was like, I want to say somewhere between $4 and $7 per can. Like,
Per
it was
can for a 12-ounce
in that
can.
range. Yeah. So I don't
Oh,
remember
man.
exactly. It's been a little bit,
Oh,
but
You
hey,
got to haggle.
Ben, that's
You gotta
nothing, my
barter.
friends.
I know.
Some of the ones that you have coming, some
Are
of
they
the ones you've
12-ounce
had
cans or
already.
are they like bombers and in pints?
Mm-mm.
And Ben,
Like
you should have
a droid
shake a
theory,
leg.
that was a pretty expensive one. I mean, you're talking, I think it was about $10 a can.
Geez,
Um,
Ben.
Right.
the
Being
Mexican
so cheap.
cake that they'll be coming your way from Westbrook. That's, I want to say that's probably close to $10 a can too.
Sorry, guys. I'll spend more next time.
Big
No,
spender.
I just it's all relative, my friend. Cheers.
No. Cheers, of course. I just mentioned that for a barley wine barrel aged. This was probably of what I brought back from Colorado.
Most expensive, yeah.
The most expensive for per ounce, I guess. That I got.
Well, thank you for sharing it.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm glad you did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was obviously a brewery that we have never had before, which is another thing to look for. A type of beer we haven't, showcased on the show. So hey, seemed like a good fit.
Good
And
It's a wee
combination.
little brewery.
yeah, so yeah, I actually had to take the picture for the can, which I honestly hate having to do. I love trying to find them, but
Well, I
not
like
much
how
out
they
there.
say on there, live the life you have imagined. So, I mean, Ben, you pretty much did that. You're imagining being a big spender.
That's
Here we
right.
go.
Right. I imagine having a lame beer review
$4 a
show,
can.
and I'm
Yeah.
right here.
You're manifesting.
I'm making the dreams
Yeah.
happen. So, all right. All right, let's see where this one falls out then. Since I brought it back, I'm gonna go last. Just go ahead and throw that out there. So y'all pick who wants to go first.
Should we paper, rock, scissors this thing?
I can go.
Oh, okay.
It's
gonna be
been a little
paper.
while since I've had since I'm going to be paper, right? Since I've had a barley wine. I know I've had one or two in the last year. And usually when I have them, I like them. I enjoy the variety that they provide. This one being barrel aged, I think Andy hit the nail on the head when he popped it, sniffed it, and took that first sip. It's got that boozy flavor, boozy smell. So they've definitely used those premium bourbon barrels for 10 months. We've had several on this show and some of our flight reviews where you could see those in the past, where the barrel aged, it kicks in. Some are much more boozy than others. This one, I like the flavor. I like the aroma. I like the color. It suits me, but I also love bourbon as much as I love beer. So I think I'm going to give this a 7.5. I enjoy it. It is on the boozy side, so that's kind of your caution there. But it's a good beer.
All right, Mr. Attic, what do you say?
Mr. The Attic to you.
Excuse me.
So, I'm always cautious when I see barrel aged because, as Jay said, I like my bourbon, I like whiskey, but I don't want to lose the flavor of the beer and just taste an alcohol like a cheap. Not saying it was in a cheap bourbon, but sometimes barrel aged beers, and I'm calling you out, Kentucky Ale, tastes like a cheap bourbon, sharp offensiveness.
Yeah, that's all tech brewing.
So this one doesn't do that, and I'm very appreciative because you can taste that type of barley wine, but I get that a little bit of boozy alcohol, more than a little bit, but it's not an offensive little bit, and it just adds to the flavor of it. You can kind of pull off a little fruitiness, to me, a little bit. Just really good. I'm appreciative of it. I don't drink many barley wines a year, so this barley wine in a barrel, very nice. I give it an 8.0.
All right,
living the dream in my
living the dream in your attic. You put that on a t-shirt. All right. So it's been a long time for me since I've actually had a barley wine. I mean, we just don't see them that often here where we live, at least in the state where Andy and I live. It's not a style that is around all that often. So I think for me, I might like this one a little bit better if I was sitting outside and it was cold. This is for me like one of those beers.
It's July, bro. You want this?
Yeah, no, this is one of those beers where if I think I'd like a little bit better if I was cold. Yeah, because I don't know. I get a lot of toffee. Is the flavor that really comes across to me. It's very sweet. But the toffee is what kind of smacks me on this one. I'm struggling with it because I don't know that I necessarily like that overly sweet toffee, which is again is what I pull out of it. I can see where the boozy taste comes from. I don't get it so much. But yeah, it's I don't know. I think this is one that, from a barley wine standpoint, it's not really for me. It's okay, I guess. Let's put it that way. I'm going to give it a 6. I think that you're spot on, Andy, with the fact that the barrel aged is not that cheap barrel aged taste that we get out of some of those. So for that reason, I think it's decent, but again, it just for my taste, it's going to be a 6.
Can I just say that I will look beyond your poor 6 rating just to say George has been so precious during your review. I've ignored your horrible words for George.
Yeah.
I've been watching George the whole time. I'm like, oh, do something
He's
fun,
behind
George.
you, Ben.
Yeah, I know. He's he got up here and went to sleep behind the plant, and he was hiding.
And then he emerges like, oh, Ben's talking. That guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. So welcome, George, to our beer review show here.
Yeah. Hey, George knows it's lame. I'm going back to sleep.
Yeah.
That will be a 7.2 for the reserve release barrel aged barley wine from Living the Dream Brewing Company out of Littleton, Colorado. That's a whole lot to say. Definitely, I don't really know if you're going to be able to find this one. We were kind of chatting a little bit here in the break, and I think it has like 8 check-ins on Untappd, so it's not a very widely distributed beer. But you know what? We don't do this for the distribution. We do this for the beer. So
to be exclusive and look down on y'all. That's right. It is.
I mean, you can't have this one. You're just going to take our word for it.
Yeah.
If you haven't had it already.
Look at me. I'm drinking. You can't have it.
Andy's always been that way. By the way,
he's just creating more outtakes.
Oh, sure. He's
with that, if you want to check out some other outtakes, you can check out our social media platforms. Links are below. Come say hey on the Discord. Tell Andy he's a big goober in our chat program there on Discord and our chat server. We'd love to see you there. And we might be posting some more pictures of George here.
Come on Discord and say, yo,
hello, George.
Yeah. So come say hey to
He's
George.
like, what the
George
hell,
behind the
dude? You moved
plant.
my plant.
Yeah, he was good and hiding, but he's joined us for the first time here on After Beer Review. So yeah, come check us out on all those things we talked about. For Andy in the attic and Jay, I am Ben, and for George, cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates. See you, George. Sorry you have to live with that guy.